CTV is interesting. It looks and feels like a hedge garden or walled garden, right? There's a lot of fragmentation. And at the end of the day, the principals in the CTV market want it to look and feel more like linear television than the programmatic space, right? And what I mean by that is they want a very efficient supply chain that doesn't cost points, right? 5%, 10%, 18%, right? And so we think by owning Innovid and combining that with kind of the Mediaocean business, we can create massive amounts of efficiency. And then what's nice is they've been exclusively focused on video and CTV. They acquired TV Squared to create Innovid XP. And so, that is it's just an incredible asset that we think is more valuable, not only to Mediaocean, but to the entire ecosystem, because at our level of scale, we can add efficiency that really drives results for marketers.
Speaking of results, there's a lot of talk about TV being a performance medium.
Yeah.
And analytics, rich analytics being part of it, of course, and results in commerce. But how is TV becoming more of a performance medium?
It's so funny. We always talk about upper funnel, lower funnel. There is no upper funnel anymore, right? Marketers want results. Publishers and broadcasters want yield. Everything is becoming mid-funnel, right? Where it's, we want reach and frequency, we want to measure, across, we want tonnage, we want, sight, sound, and motion is a great brand vehicle, but it's to drive business results. And so that's why the measurement piece is so important, because it's not just about reaching an audience, it's what is the business outcome of the marketing that you're doing omni-channel. So yeah, I think the upper funnel is officially dead. It's all mid-funnel.
Now, ad serving is a big indicator of consumption and performance, and you guys have this big platform now with ad serving. Tell us the value of ad serving beyond sort of the obvious utility of it.
We've long said that the industry needs independence and neutrality, and there needs to be an independent ad tech company at scale. And so if you look at all the acquisitions Mediaocean has done, it's to maintain that independence and neutrality. And so, and obviously, we all know, the news around, antitrust and Google. Google still has the vast majority of market share for ad serving. And they combine it with a lot of other things, so it's a great utility. We believe that we're a better alternative for the ecosystem. And we genuinely care. There's been a lot of innovation in our ad server that the incumbent has not invested in. And you're now seeing a lot of fragmentation, right? SSPs are now moving to the buy side, DSPs are moving to the sell side, ad exchanges are still around, AI companies are trying to add a layer on top of that. And so being able to interoperate to all of that really matters. And interoperability is top of the food chain for Mediaocean.
Now, AI is talked about a lot. It's been part of your integration, I'm sure, for a while. What does AI mean, and what could it mean for your business?
AI is interesting, right? I think there's a lot of efficiency gains to be had, with AI. What I'm battling with is you have all of these companies with millions of lines of code that you've, in our cases, decades worth of innovation and coding. If you were to take an AI first approach, right, to the business, you'd actually create a different product than what exists today, right? So obviously we have 7 different initiatives across the company, using AI across everything, right? The most obvious is creative and our DCO and personalization platform. But I'm actually thinking even deeper in terms of what can AI do, right, that existing companies can't, and more efficiently, right? And using AI to code first, right, as opposed to just augment. And when you think about the world that way, it opens your eyes to what makes existing companies unique. What are we doing that's going to be long-standing, and it actually is the relationships, right? And it's the connections you have to the ecosystem that can't be replaced, right? Code can be replaced, but the relationships and the connections and the technical connections you have to everyone, that is what makes this industry so robust. It also what makes AI startups want to come into this industry, but they all need to interoperate to the legacy platforms, right? And so I think there's going to be an entire new ecosystem that buds up from here around AI, and we look forward not only to building those applications ourselves, but to partner with those AI companies as well.